Well, there's probably few better places to talk about entrepreneurship and indeed global entrepreneurship than an airport. So I thought I'd film this from Heathrow before I go on to yet another flight. Now, what we do in the Global Entrepreneur Programme, just as a reminder, within the Department for International Trade, is we look for outstanding global entrepreneurs and do the deals to get them into the United Kingdom. What does that actually mean in real terms? And more importantly, what are the 5 key things I look for in, well, you might say baby unicorns, though whilst of course everybody wants the next billion-dollar valuation company, let's not forget valuations can be overhyped, and it's not really baby unicorns as such we're looking for, but actually the most innovative, disruptive technology. So what are the 5 things we look for when we look for outstanding entrepreneurs coming here to the United Kingdom? And it's not just obviously London and that we're focused on, but all parts of the UK as well. Well, I'd say the first thing that I kick off with, the thing that I want to see the most, is the entrepreneur, the quality of the entrepreneur, because you can put a good entrepreneur on a bad company and still make a great company, but you can't put a bad entrepreneur into a great company and keep that company great. So it's really the quality of the entrepreneur. What's their track record? What have they shown in terms of past successes? Even if it's their first company, what have they done to show that they're actually quite exceptional as an individual or as a team, and that they're going to achieve all the goals that they've set out to achieve? So really going to the entrepreneur first. And in particular, because I wrote a book several years ago on women entrepreneurs and helping women entrepreneurs, I'm particularly interested if they happen to be women entrepreneurs as well, because they're disproportionately represented in the field of global entrepreneurship. So that's the first thing, quality of the entrepreneur. The second thing is the company. How disruptive is the technology? How innovative is it? How many barriers or moats do they have to other people copying it? Is it genuinely world-class? Is it something that not only people want, but essentially they need? And if you look at some of the best companies in the world, they manage to turn what are our wants into actually what are needs, and those companies often become the biggest and the greatest in the world. So it's really those. I'll give you a slight change of view here. Look, there you go. It all looks the same, doesn't it, at an airport? Before I move on to number 3, there you go. Have a quick look outside. You can see a big plane taking off, and hopefully our exporters. So I want companies which are going to be truly global, and I guess that's what that image of that plane sort of represents. So I want companies, as point number 3, which don't just have a reason to be in the United Kingdom, but actually have something which they offer to the whole of the rest of the world. Is this something which has a global application? Could potentially they be selling and exporting from the UK to the whole of the rest of the world? So that I'd say is number 3 in terms of the key things I'm looking for. Number 4 is, again, going back to the company, where are they at the moment? What kind of traction have they got? Are they showing significant momentum? Whether it's subscriber numbers, whether it's followers, whatever it is. It might not be that they've got substantial revenues, and ideally I do want to see some revenues. The reason I want to see revenues is because it's probably the best due diligence you can ever have on a company. If somebody else is buying their products and they've got sales, that tells me something. But again, it's traction. Number 4 to me is traction. Like I said, subscribers, clients, some degree of momentum, that it's just flying off the shelves. And if you look at some of the biggest companies in the world, it was that their products, people were just ripping their hands off to get. It wasn't just that it was a good idea on a piece of paper, there's many of those, but actually that they'd managed to implement, they'd managed to execute, and they'd managed to get some degree of sales. So revenue is a really important thing for me. Whilst I'd love to just look at hypothetical business plans, I really need to see something a bit more than that. And then number 5 is, well, what's the reason? What's the global strategic reason they want to be in the UK and headquartered in the United Kingdom? We are the 5th largest economy in the world. We're the largest venture capital country in Europe, of course, and we have key strengths in areas from cybersecurity to medical technology. But what's the reason this particular company wants to be here? I really want to delve deeply into knowing that when you mix that company with the United Kingdom and the resources and the skills and everything that we have to offer, this company will truly accelerate. So I want it not just to have a global reach, but also one which has a particular reason to accelerate out of the United Kingdom, a strategic reason where being in the UK, for instance, it might be in media technology, will really help it accelerate and help it go global. So there's more reason for it to be here than virtually anywhere else in the world. And I'm glad to say, when I go through those criteria, and there's many more I could give, but I've just narrowed it down to 5. When I go through those 5 criteria, we do find some amazing, outstanding technology companies, everything from obviously financial technology companies to blockchain companies. And in future vlogs, I'll go through and introduce you to some of these great companies and these great innovative technologies we've brought from all around the world. And whilst I cover the Asia Pacific, Middle East, I do get companies from all around the world, as I've said in previous ones, from all the way from America all the way to Australia. And that's one of the great attractions of the United Kingdom is well, accessibility, I guess, and that it's at the forefront of everybody's mind. And it's probably why we've got the busiest airport in the world as well, because it's not just tourists, but it's global entrepreneurs who want to come here. So that's enough for now, and watch out for future vlogs as I interview some of these companies and you get to see why specifically they are, well, landing in the United Kingdom. Enjoy.